Stephanie here. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to be talking about a bunch of Affirmators goodness today, and I'm just going to start by jumping right in because I literally have no idea how to start this video. I've tried to start it a few times. I don't know whether I want to gush about my current things or gush about the new things, both, in what order, so I'm a little all over the place. Please bear with me. But I'm just going to jump in and start with the fact that the team that has put together this Affirmators product line is Knock Knock, Say Something More. And not that long ago, I'd say a couple weeks ago, maybe at the most, I was reached out to by the team over at Knock Knock, and they wanted to see if I was interested in looking at a couple of their products and maybe reviewing them on my channel. I could not have said yes fast enough because, as you can see, I already own and love several Affirmators products, so I was really excited to dive into the new stuff. So just to give you an idea, these are some of the Affirmators products, well, the only Affirmators products I had before that, and that is the original Affirmators deck. Now, if you're not familiar with Affirmators, it's such a fun under what's the word we're looking for? What's when nobody's talking about something? Underrated. There we go. It's an underrated deck. It's an affirmation deck, but it's got a great sense of humor. I mean, the whole point of this deck is to help you help yourself without the self-helpiness. The illustrations are adorable, but really it's the writing and the fact that these are all written in very accessible ways. I find this to be a really wonderful supportive tool for personal growth. I reach for them constantly. I thoroughly enjoy working with these cards. They've been a really great tool in my kit for a long, long time, and I can't recommend them highly enough. I'm not always a huge fan of these slide out boxes. Is probably about the only thing I could say about this Affirmators deck that is not my favorite thing ever, but I love these. And it's not even just that it's got a unicorn on it. I mean, you guys know I'm a sucker for a good unicorn, but really these have so much substance, and I think they're the kind of deck that you would normally pick up and think this is kind of silly or kitschy, or something you might just look at once and then put on a shelf, but I honestly get so much use out of these. I got so much use out of them, in fact, that when I saw that they came out with the Affirmators journal, I was all over it. This is really actually a neat thing. First of all, it's rainbow edged. I've definitely shown it on my channel before, but this journal actually contains every single card as a page in this book, along with journal prompts that are like associated with that card. So you have the connection, you have the full piece of artwork and its original card message, but then you have journal prompts and suggestions about writing about connection. For courage, the journal prompts are about courage. For manifestation, there's a manifestation page to work through. And I, every once in a while, will do some work in here, and I've really gotten a lot of benefit out of it. I don't use it a ton, but often when I'm working with this deck, I'll grab the book as well, and if I have time in a day, whatever card I drew for that day, I may journal about it that evening before I go to bed. So these are a really wonderful set, and I've recommended them again and again to people. I just absolutely love them. And recently, Knock Knock came out with the Affirmators Tarot, and this is absolutely fantastic. I will link my full walkthrough. Oh, I lost my page in the book. That's okay. I'll put my bookmark back later. I will link up in the cards my full walkthrough of the Affirmators Tarot, because this is actually a pretty great deck. The quality is wonderful. The writing in the guidebook is outstanding. I've praised this pretty highly on my channel as well. So it was kind of a no-brainer when they're like, hey, can we send you some things for review? And I'm like, yes, please. I would love that. So they very generously sent me 3 products from the line, and I am stoked to dive into all of them with you. So this is probably going to be a bit of a long one because I know me, and well, I'm going to want to flip through things and show you things. So buckle up, grab a beverage or a snack, or put me on double speed if you can handle the squirrely voice, and we're going to get started. So the first thing that they have sent me is their new Affirmators Creativity deck. Now this deck is, I believe, releasing in March. I'm going to get this one open for you so we can have a look at it together. There is several decks now in the Affirmators line, and originally I had just the tarot, obviously, and the journal, and the original deck. So I'm really excited to bring this one into my collection. Now, as somebody who kind of can struggle with creativity, this is pretty exciting. I am gonna take a look at it with you. So it says, again, 50 affirmation cards to help you help yourself without the self-helpiness. So it says on the back, It's been proven that making positive statements out loud can radically improve your outlook, ingenuity, and creative output. We're not ones to argue with science, so we're giving it a shot. 40 cards offer daily affirmations without the self-helpy self-seriousness to supercharge your artistic spirit and give you the dose of inspo you've been waiting oh so patiently for, plus 10 bonus cards to unstick whatever needs unstucking. Now this is another slide box, but I will say it doesn't seem as loose as my original. I don't know if it's going to break in, or maybe they've actually fixed that, because if you look at my original, like when I turn it on its side, like it immediately falls out, and this isn't doing that. Like if it's not, even if I shake it, it's not sliding out. So I may have to eat my words about this box style. I'm just having to push it from this end actually. It feels a lot more secure. So nice job, guys. It has a ribbon to lift out the cards, which I believe the original had as well. So really nice, sturdy, like you can see how thick the cardboard is on these. Like these boxes take a beating, and I've used this one a ton and it's still holding up well. So that's exciting. It even looks like they've upgraded the bookmark. Am I imagining that? Yeah. No, I guess it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. I'm just imagining that. But let's take a look at the cards. So in the back here, it looks like we have, oh, what's happening here? Oh, I see. Okay. So self-help yourself tomorrow. Okay, so look at all the things in the line for starters. So we have Affirmators, which I have, the Affirmators Tarot, which I have, the journal. This one is I am more beautiful than, oh, I need to find that one, and I am stronger than, I need to find those. So there is a code here to get 20% off, but if you look in the description box down below, you'll see that I actually have a special code for people who are watching this video. The team at Knock Knock has offered to give viewers of the channel 25% off with the code SUPPORTIVE25. So that should be listed in the description box down below. So this says, oh, it's just a picture of somebody holding a card. That's interesting. I feel like this cardstock is different than my original, so let's take a peek at that. This is your how to use these cards instructions. So we're going to set that aside for now. These packings are really cute. You have this, like, is this a chameleon? I think this is a chameleon, and he's sort of painting himself, and then there's getting paint splatters on the wall here. That's really cute. I want to take a look at the difference in the cardstock, actually. They might be the same. Oh yeah, they're the same. It's kind of funny because this actually feels like a very thin cardstock, and yet my original has not chipped. It's held up really, really nicely, and it's kind of really smooth matte cardstock. It doesn't have that sort of scratchy feeling that sometimes matte cards can have. So I am going to zoom us in, and we're going to take a look at these cards. Actually, maybe I'm going to just bring them in. I think I'm going to bring them in. So we're looking at creativity, and we have abundance. I celebrate the abundance of this wild, rambling, decadent universe we live in. I see abundance everywhere and recognize that it's an amazing law of nature, and so there's no need to worry my idea well will ever run dry. I can let ideas flow like a gigantor waterfall and then dream up new ones as I sleep under trillions of twinkling diamonds. Can you believe all this decadence is free? Okay, I love that. Awesomeness. Bravery. Conviction. Ooh, criticism. I remind myself that there's nothing in this world that everyone likes. If someone doesn't get my work, that's okay. There are also weirdos, oh, it's scratched out, people in the world who don't like pizza. But does that mean pizza is bad? No. It means those people are wrong and or robots. And it's actually all good because more pizza for us. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this. This would be great to pull a card from when I'm working on my videos, like my filming, or when I'm working on coming up with more ideas, because sometimes I do really get locked up, worried about what other people will think. Discernment, earnestness, forgiveness. Oh, I love this. I forgive myself unconditionally for any and all shortcomings, imperfections, foibles, fumbles, flops, or failures of my present, past, and chances are, to be honest, future. I might not be perfect, but I am a perfect being, and I will continue to be perfectly imperfect with all the joy and acceptance I can possibly muster. Giddy up. You guys, these are so good. This is what I love about the Affirmators. The messages are so supportive and useful, but they're playful and they're funny, and they help you not take yourself so seriously, which is really the whole point. I mean, it literally says something about not taking yourself too seriously on the box. Like, you're literally getting exactly what is on the package, and I love that. I can too. Oh my God, look at this little pupper. That reminds me of Bruno. I mean, he doesn't like look exactly like that, but it reminds me of him a little bit. Imagination. Imperfection. Today I embrace the Japanese ideal of wabi-sabi, aka the perfection of imperfection, and bless my messes, my mistakes, my oops that was supposed to be a lion but looks like a drunk raccoon. A perfect plan can only be so interesting. So thanks, happy accidents, for shaking things up and leading me on unplanned adventures. I'll pay you 10% when my drunk raccoon stationery business takes off. Oh my gosh, it's so good, you guys. If you are somebody that does any kind of creative work or wants to do any kind of creative work or just wants to play with your creativity, explore your creativity, and not overthink it, this is so great. You know when I could have really used this deck? I could have really used this deck when I started my book project because, man, I took so long to finish my first draft, and I just... like, if I'd have had something like this to sort of give myself that kick in the pants every once in a while, it would have been just fantastic. This deck would be also, I think, a really wonderful accompaniment to the book Big Magic. I'm forgetting the artist's name. I'm going to kick myself. By the author of Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth Gilbert, I believe. I think I just pulled it out there, guys. Which is another wonderful book for people who are struggling with their creativity or connecting with their creativity. And I feel like this would just work really well with that. Oh, rough drafts. I honor the beauty of rough drafts, first stabs, messy trial and errors. Nothing gets finished unless it gets started, and everything has to start somewhere. So forget dogging my first sentence, brushstroke, embroidered poodle. I'll give scrutiny a day or maybe a whole month off so I can go nuts on completely completing version 1.0. That's the new first move. Ta-da! Now, anyone know a good editor? Oh my gosh, story of my life. Holy moly. These are so great. Sometimes it's hard. Success. Support. I hereby call a dream team of support into my creative life. Surrender. I surrender control, yes, and allow every brainchild to be exactly what it is. I don't push them or pull them or force them into well-starched neckties. I let them forge their own path. Turns out brain children are a lot like real children. You can guide them and nudge them and try to convince them to be sensible, because for God's sake, living out of a van isn't always as romantic as it sounds, but they'll go where they want to, and smelly van or not, isn't that a beautiful thing? Oh my gosh, I wish everybody could have these. Okay, unicorn voice, you know I need to read this one. My voice is unique to me. The things I make and say and do are totally, wonderfully, only one under the sunderfully me. Even the way I draw a single dot is unique to me. Even the way I whistle a song or make a sandwich or sign a birthday card for my ex. See? Because isn't that just so me? So imagine how fantastically fun it will be to see this me be me when unleashing something creatively. Want to see? That was a lot of rhyming. Oh my God. But it was so good. And these are the extra cards, so they're not illustrated, and they're like booster cards. And the original Affirmators deck has this as well. So we have Break the Routine, Drive, Expression, Humility, Improvisation, Luck, Passion, Power, Space, and Take a Walk. So let's give these a shuffle. I find that these shuffle pretty darn well, especially considering they do feel like a fairly thin cardstock. They actually hold up, like I said, very, very nicely. They're kind of soft feeling. It's really hard to describe. Really nice finish on the cards, and they don't tend to clump or get slidey. Oop, that was bad shuffling on my part. They do hand over hand just fine, but they're a nice size. They're like a little bit shorter and wider than a tarot deck, so I don't find them unwieldy to shuffle. I do have bigger hands, but they don't feel particularly big. All right, so let's draw one for the collective. Anybody out there who is struggling with their creativity, this message is for you. Oh my gosh, it's the pizza card. I already read this one. I remind myself there's nothing in this world that everyone likes. Oh my God, that's hilarious that that's the one I pulled. Obviously, this is the message that I for sure need. This is great timing, you guys, because I literally just finished the first draft of my book at the time that I am filming this, and I just sent it off to my friend who has agreed to edit it for me. So that is amazing. I'm super stoked. The timing on that could not be better. I think I'm gonna do it so the ribbon's on the right here. That's something else with this box type, is you could do it this way with the ribbon on the left. But I love how like snug this feels. It doesn't feel like it's gonna come sliding out, which is great. So that is the Affirmators Creativity. I should point out, by the way, because I forgot to mention it, the code that is down below is for the Knock Knock website. Oh, I need to put these back, which is knockknockstuff.com. That code won't work on like Amazon or anything, so you can obviously still find these on Amazon, but if you want the discount, you do have to go right to knockknockstuff.com. Okay, now it gets better though, because they also agreed to send me the Affirmators Love and Relationships deck, and I am super stoked for this one. I do a lot of love and romance readings in my professional tarot practice, and I just thought this would be a really, really fun one to work with clients. I just need to get the plastic off. If I can do that without being here for a million hours. Sorry, guys. At the time I'm filming this, I am actually getting ready to get some things done so that I can prepare to go down to the Northwest Tarot Symposium. So I actually have had somewhat limited filming and editing time recently, so you may have to sit through a couple of these annoying moments. Just feel free to hit your fast forward button. Oh, I love the purple. So it's actually worth pointing out the gold on the like gilding rather, or the, what do you call this, the foil on all these boxes. So the original has a gold foil accent through the letters with a bit of that rainbow kind of sheen. And same thing with the Affirmators Tarot. It has a lot of that gold accenting. The Affirmators Creativity has it in beautiful like turquoise blue. And then the Affirmators Love and Relationships has it in purple. So this one feels just ever so slightly looser. Like I gave it a little shake and it did slide out. So it might just vary how snug the boxes are. This one on the back says, it's been proven that making positive statements and out loud can radically improve your mood, outlook, and relationships. We're not ones to argue with science, star, or pseudoscience, or pixie dust. So we're giving it a shot. 40 cards offer daily affirmations without the self-helpy, self-seriousness on love of all stripes, from friendships to romance, and 10 bonus cards bestow some extra love and vibes. That looks really good. Okay, so similarly to before, we have a ribbon to pull these out, same sturdy box, a how to use these cards thing, and a little just sort of brand card. This one looks like it says, see how fans are taking Affirmators out of the box and into the universe, hashtag Affirmators if you want to look it up on social media. The backs match the box, which is true, I think, of all the other decks as well. And these are really cute. They've got like a narwhal with an octopus and a starfish, and look at all the love hearts here. So, so cute. So let's take a look. So we have acceptance. When I get to know new people, I accept their actual traits rather than the ones I project on them. Same goes for not new people I already know. Acceptance is the delicate art that reminds us everyone is their own unique self and we can't expect them to ever be anything but. Man, how do those snowflakes do it? Appreciation. Oh my God, this is all caps, I have to read it. I appreciate the unique ways other people show their love, rather than compare their ways with my ways. Then I appreciate myself for maturely putting up with people who just can't seem to show love the normal, obvious, universally accepted way. Good job, both of us. Benefit of the doubt. Boundaries. I claim my right to set healthy boundaries and I allow others to do the same. Sometimes personal space is taken and sometimes it's given. And sometimes if you're on the subway, it's completely disregarded and shamelessly invaded. I guess it depends on the day. Boundless love. Celebration. Commitment. Compassion. I can tell right away that these are definitely geared towards relationships of all kinds. This is definitely not a specifically romantic deck, and I actually thought it was going to be. This is really fantastic. This is actually something I talk about in my book. Compliments. I know how good it feels to get a compliment, so I give that gift to others. I'll find a nice compliment for everyone I interact with today, even if I have to think really hard about it, in which case I can follow up by complimenting myself for solving such a compliment puzzle. Wow, I'm skilled. Curiosity. The illustrations are super adorable, but to me, it's actually the messages that just won me over. Depth. As new people show up in my life, I look for all the weird, wonderful, complex layers below their surface. I can't be surprised by someone's depth of character unless I'm willing to peel back the outer layers and go a little deeper. It's like the brand new saying goes, don't judge an onion by its haircut. Oh, good heavens. Giving. Grace. Why is there dog poop in a dog? I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name calling, even when that crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey barf monster. Oh my God, I love it. Harmony, humility, yes. I'm a catch. I love this with the butterfly and just like being above all these like hands with the net. That's amazing. Independence, integrity, listening, oh, so good. Loyalty, maturity, my best self, no scorekeeping, yes. Open-heartedness, ownership. I take ownership for how I make others feel, and I do my part to repair any bridges I might have burned or perhaps even lightly singed. If bridge mending feels impossible, then I can start small. Instead of becoming a bridge architect, maybe I'll just skip the bridge and walk the long way around. Taking ownership is great for burning calories. Pleasure. I give myself permission to feel pleasure, and I let that pleasure rush into my life in a decadent display of over-the-top abundance. Then I realize that pleasure has been waiting at my door for a long time. It's just that pleasure doesn't knock on doors because loud noises aren't super pleasant. Receiving, yes. Reliability, resilience, rest, self-worth. I cast off all concerns about what people think of me. Excuse me. I know I'm a totally kick-ass person, and my kick-assness can never be diminished by rejection. So people can think what they think and feel what they feel. In the meantime, I'll just keep on knowing what I know without thinking about what they are thinking about what I already know, I think. Love it. Solidarity, support. Oh, I'm dropping them. Tact, teamwork, vulnerability, yes. Wants and needs, warmth, wholeness, oh yes, wisdom. Now we're into our bonus cards. So we have cleansing, honesty, initiative, levity, perfect match, perspective, sensuality, surrender, thoughtfulness, and wait and see. So let's give these a shuffle. Same card stock, so very consistent across all three Affirmators decks. These are very affordable as well from what I can remember. They're not like priced like an independent deck. They're very much a mass market, reasonable price for what you're getting, and I find them so useful. I feel like it actually could be fun to potentially shuffle them all together. I don't know if I could bring myself to do that because I probably am going to want to reach for different decks for different purposes, so I'm probably just all talk. But I really am excited that now there's one for sort of general everyday leaning into, there's one for relationships and relating with other people, and then we have creativity. That's awesome. And again, there are a couple of others in the family. Does it show on any of here? I did on that other card. I'll look back up because there's a couple that aren't still, that I don't have. So let's take a peek and see. Oh, I was going to draw a card from this one. Oh, look at me, I got distracted by wanting to see what else there was. Okay. One more shuffle and then I will pull a card out. Okay. Right from the middle. Benefit of the doubt. I believe in the basic goodness of other people and I give them the chance to show it. If they prove me wrong, that's on them. At least I can go to sleep knowing that I practiced trust and forgiveness rather than fear and doubt. And later on, if I need to, I can always change my mind and retroactively judge them like it's my career. Oh God, that's funny. Okay. Perfect. So let's take a quick peek because I just want to see who else is in the family. So we have the Affirmators Tarot, the Affirmators Love and Relationships, the original Affirmators, the Affirmators Creativity. This was the one that showed me what else was in the family. So let's take a quick look here. Ah, yes. Okay, so, oh, right. So actually, it's this blue one. And the blue one, oh, I don't have the best eyes. Let's see if I can figure that out. You can probably see on the screen, Affirmators, can't read it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up after the fact when I'm done filming this. Okay, and there was one other thing that they sent me to take a peek at. Now again, I do have the original Affirmators. I'm just gonna put this like little pile of Affirmators goodies over here. I do have the original Affirmators journal, which goes with the original Affirmators deck, but check out what else they have come up with. So this is the Chakras activity book and journal. 108 plus creative ways to help you raise your vibes. Get grounded, feel good, free your chi, and lots of other cool magical stuff. So it says, your chakras offer the master key to self-healing, personal empowerment, and no alcohol required relaxation. Whether you're a total newbie to the mystical world of energy healing or a wise old woo-woo hat, I love that, that's amazing, you'll enjoy this smorgasbord of activities to help open, clear, and enhance each of the 7 main chakras, and thus your whole human being. Inside, you'll find non-stuffy stuff like heart and brain openers, vice busters, gratitude generators, creativity ticklers, self-love and letters, fill-in-the-blank meditations, personal power puzzles, and some pretty groovy ways to let go of ghosts from relationships past. Give transcendence a whirl, flush the bad vibes, and channel the good ones. You might decide that open chakras are a great look. Nice. So this is a soft cover book, and let's just take a peek at, ooh, okay, I love this. We have a little, let's bring the camera down a bit so you can see better. So we have all the chakras represented here, activity book and journal. Greetings, Chakranauts. Oh my God, Chakranauts, I love that. So here we see, uh-oh, it's only Tuesday. Why did I just cry in a Panda Express? It shows the chakras all misaligned. And then over here it says, all systems go. Life is great. I don't even need this book. Okay, if the whole thing is like this, I'm going to be pretty darn happy. Meet your chakras. So it looks like there's a bit of an introduction. So we talk about root chakra as the basic security. We have we have the sacral chakra as creativity and sexuality, the solar plexus as power and will, the heart chakra as love, throat as communication, third eye as intuition, and the crown chakra as enlightenment. And we're going to start with root chakra work. This is really freaking cool. So it gives you a bunch of information about the root chakra. Oh my God, root chakra bingo. The chakra doctor is in. This looks super fun, you guys. Tree for all. What's feeding you? This looks like kind of a, oh, interesting. Color the rings of the tree trunk with the corresponding shades and get a good look at what you're taking in. Is there anything you'd like to be nourished by that you're not getting enough of? Vitamin me? This is great, you guys. Vacation, staycation doesn't have to be out of the waycation. So it's my favorite place to retreat and recharge. And it kind of goes on from there. Home sweet, but it could be sweeter home. Abundance abounds. Get untangled. So this literally reminds me of like activity books that I would do as a kid. How fun is this? And then we're into the sacral chakra. If you are interested in doing some some chakra work and you're looking for something just really simple and accessible and not overly deep, I don't know how to describe that. I'm not saying deep, that's not the right word. Intellectual, I guess. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of chakra like books and references that can get a little bit much if you're just new. And this is like so great. I've been working with chakras for a long, long time, and I think I would enjoy the heck out of this. A vice buster chart, so things I'd rather not habitually eat, drink, smoke, do, say, or be around. And then it says, okay, now show these bosses who's boss by drawing a bigger star for each good habit you nail. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Solar plexus chakra, islands in the stream of consciousness, a guided fill-in-the-blank meditation. Oh my God, that's so cool. Ego checklist, my opinions on just about everything. This is actually really super cool. I've come a long way, baby. Write a love list to your week. Power puzzles. The heart chakra. I love myself because, wow, you're really great at giving compliments. Positivity RX. Retell it like it is. This is so good. Letting go of whatever awful ickiness remains from that thing that person did that broke me. Holy moly. Hey, thanks, life. My date with me. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I am all about this. Throat chakra. This looks like so much fun, and it goes through all of the chakras. This is going to be a lot of fun to play with and would be such a great thing to throw in like a self-care toolkit. And I like to keep this one in my self-care kit as well. Man, I'm just going to have like this pile of Affirmator stuff in my self-care kit. Like, which one would I pick? I'd probably pick the original Affirmators to live in my self-care kit. And then I'd reach for these other ones for specific reasons. Look at that. Like, how cool would it be to just have tools like this that you can reach for when you're a little bit down, or you're trying to work through some heavy stuff, or you just want to get more balanced. So thank you again to the team over at Knock Knock for sending me the Chakra Activity book, Love and Relationships, and Affirmators Creativity. I'm so excited to expand my Affirmators family. If you guys have any questions about my experience working with any of these products, particularly stuff I've had for a little bit longer, let me know down below. I have not been disappointed by a single Affirmators thing that I've played with. Again, the ones that I had prior to this video were these three here. This is a really great tarot deck, really fabulous as an all-rounder affirmation deck, and I just freaking love the journal. In fact, somebody in the Facebook, Supportive Tarot Facebook group recently was asking for a recommendation for somebody who's just wanting to get a card deck to pull a card every day and maybe do some journaling, and this was specifically what I recommended, was these two. So, again, they're just really wonderful, well made, and fun to play with. Thanks again, you guys, for tuning in. If you have any of the Affirmators stuff, I would love to hear from you down below. What do you like about working with them? Do you have any thoughts, any favorites if you have more than one? Let us know, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Thanks again so much for joining me. Remember to take a look at that code down below if you want to order any of these from the Knock Knock website, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.